A woman is shot and dies. Her baby is delivered. Kentucky State Police are still working what they're calling a death investigation.
Attorney General Andy Beshear says Martin City officials violated open records laws. We'll talk to the man who filed the complaint.
Sunshine, warmer temperatures, and minimal rain chances for eastern Kentucky. The whole 7-day forecast now at 6.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
State police say they have little to go on in the death of a pregnant southern Kentucky woman. 29-year-old Jerry Johnson died, but her baby was delivered shortly after the shooting. At last check, the newborn was still in critical condition at UK Hospital. WYMT's Phil Pendleton is following this investigation.
Well, there's still a lot of unanswered questions surrounding the shooting of 29-year-old Jerry Johnson. Now, she was brought here with a gunshot wound. She died, but her baby was delivered.
Well, we treat all death investigations as if they are suspicious. This one is a little bizarre.
But police say they cannot get into details on what may have happened at the home behind this gate on Steel Hollow Road in the Rockholds community of Whitley County. But they were called to the Corbin Hospital when police say the pregnant and injured 29-year-old woman arrived there.
Apparently, her boyfriend took her to the hospital.
They say they can't tell us if there are witnesses to the shooting, which happened just outside the home.
Troopers and detectives arrived at the ER shortly after getting the phone call and learned from the ER staff that the female had passed away and that the baby had been delivered and taken to UK Medical Center, where it's still listed in critical condition today.
Kentucky State Police say there is still a lot of work to be done, and they say they will know a lot more about the cause and manner of death once the autopsy results are known. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Police say they are conducting numerous interviews and are considering everything suspicious until proved otherwise. A grand jury returned an indictment for one of 3 men charged in a triple murder from 2017. Jeremy Hatfield faces a second 7-count indictment, including 3 counts of murder. Hatfield and 2 others are charged in the deaths of Imogene and Christopher Bittner and Imogene's son, Robert Kennedy. The family was found dead in their Whitley County home. Police say all 3 were strangled. Kentucky Attorney General Andy Beshear says the city of Martin violated the Open Records Act by not responding to requests for public information. That information people were asking for regarded a controversial annexation proposed by the city. WYMT's Macy Marie is in the newsroom with more. Macy?
Steve, people living in Floyd County and city officials for the annexation really are butting heads, like you said. And today we learned that according to the Attorney General, the city of Martin violated the Open Records Act by not responding in time. I talked to one of the people who filed an open records request. A proposal city officials say would annex roads around the city of Martin.
As soon as we got the notice of the annexation, we thought that we should be able to have a better understanding out there.
And when people like Terry Thornsberry heard about the possible annexation, he wanted to learn more. He reached out to city officials who told him to file an open records request. So he did.
The time that we asked Martin to explain themselves to us, and they had no explanation.
In Kentucky, government offices have 3 days to reply to those requests, something both Thornsberry and the Attorney General says the city of Martin did not do.
But we knew they were involved. We just appreciate the Attorney General backing us up on that.
Thornsberry says it is all about transparency.
We're going to open up the books, Martin. I don't know what it's going to take, but we are going to open up the books, Martin. We are going to find out what's going on.
Waiting for answers on what is going on in his home county. Today I stopped by City Hall to talk to the mayor, but people there told me he was not in for the day. Steve, it's important to mention we have tried to reach out to the mayor about the annexation multiple times. Not once did he return our calls. He also refused to answer questions from our reporter Justin Case at a February 21st meeting.
Now, Macy, how many open records requests were sent to the city?
Steve, it's really unclear right now, but we do know that Terry Thornsberry submitted two. Another person living in the area also submitted one. And meanwhile, here at the station, we sent several, one even in person, just asking them to let us know when meetings would be held. But we never heard back. And Steve, today I hand-delivered yet another.
Yes. And we're still waiting. Thank you, Macy, for that report. A Laurel County man is charged after someone found his 10-year-old daughter walking down a highway. Deputies arrested Tracy Smith. They say a woman found the child and took her back home. The woman told police the home was dirty and Smith was under the influence. Smith is charged with criminal abuse and public intoxication. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was in Louisville today talking about Kentucky's place in the nation's fight against opioid addiction.
But in Kentucky, regretfully, we've been right in the middle of it now for the last few years. Well, what I've tried to do to be helpful was to deal with both the law enforcement side and the treatment and recovery side through a variety of different bills that we've passed over the last few years.
A U.S. drug control policy official was with the Kentucky senator today. They both stressed the importance of law enforcement having the resources to crack down on drugs coming into the country. This afternoon, friends and family said goodbye to a man stabbed last week in Pike County. Charles Ratliff was 73 years old. His funeral was held today at Samaria Old Regular Baptist Church. Michael Yates, Ratliff's daughter's boyfriend, is charged with murder. He is scheduled for a preliminary hearing later this week.
Well, partly cloudy skies continue to be the main story, and a nice sunset shaping up for many here in eastern Kentucky. Hopefully you can send those photos to us on social media. You'll notice Stonecrest. Look at this view. Not a bad one. Temperatures still in the 40s, but we will increase those temperatures and keep the sunshine for the most of the week here as we head into the forecast. Of course, the Mountain Parkway, not much. The shadows continue to grow as that sun sets here across the horizon, and a few clouds still to the northeast with a little bit of rain and snow there in West Virginia. Now, temperatures, they're in the 40s really for everywhere. The upper 40s as you work into the southern Kentucky region, 49 in Bell County, and 44 as you work into Prestonsburg, Floyd County, Johnson County, with 45 as well in Pike County there in Pikeville. Of course, tonight we'll be dropping those temperatures. You can download the weather app and get the 12-hour forecast. You'll notice we'll drop to around 28 degrees by 7 a.m. It will be clear skies, and we'll continue to keep you updated on that. Steve will have the full look at the rest of the week coming up in a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. It's been a state tradition for more than half a century. Today was the 53rd annual Kentucky Prayer Breakfast. This morning, Governor Matt Bevin hosted community and religious leaders. It's a busy week ahead for the governor. He told us he's in the process of reading 177 bills to decide which, if any, to veto. But the governor also took a moment to focus on the importance of foster care and making it easier to adopt, an issue important to him and his family as they've adopted 4 of their 9 kids.
I would encourage people, put your faith into action. Step up and put your arms around the children of Kentucky because they need it.
Governor Bevin said at the breakfast nearly 10,000 kids in Kentucky are looking for foster families. Roughly 96,000 are being taken care of by family members other than their parents. The Public Service Commission is investigating multiple water districts for excessive water loss. Southern Water and Sewer District is one, along with its district manager. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with a board member who says now they are seeking a rate increase.
There is no doubt here in eastern Kentucky, water districts have ran into trouble.
There's a lot of aged infrastructure.
The Public Service Commission opened 13 investigations across the state into water. One focuses on Southern Water and Sewer District.
We've come to the conclusion that we're going to have to ask for an emergency rate increase.
In the month of November, the district reported a 71% water loss, costing the company $386,000 annually.
But without additional revenue, the water company cannot continue to operate.
Board Chairman Jeff Prater says the company recently received 5 new board members. All 6 of the previous members resigned when a rate increase proposal was denied.
We have the Kentucky Rural Water Association helping us, and they're working on the rate study.
Right now, Prater says it is unclear how much of an increase they need.
We are going to keep people's water flowing. There's no question about that, but there are certain things we'll have to do.
Along with a district investigation, the PSC is also looking into General Manager Dean Hall for possible violations of state laws and regulations. Hall did not want to comment.
And as a last resort, we may have to temporarily off workers in order to make the cash flow.
Hoping to fix the issues one step at a time. In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
All customers will be notified before any rate increase goes into effect. The utility serves about 5,400 homes and businesses in Floyd and Knott counties.
And while temperatures are in the 40s, the clear skies will allow us to lose that heating for tonight. 28 degrees, calm winds will remain clear and cool. What can we expect for Tuesday? The answer coming up in 5 minutes.
But next, a group in Harlan is collecting items to help Alabama tornado victims.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tip to 5757. Service is provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Happy baby, here again. From Surplus Sales in Corbin, Kentucky. We have pre-finished solid oak hardwood flooring in stock for only $1.99 per square foot. Wow, now that's a deal that will make you happy, like me. Surplus Sales, flooring, cabinets, and more.
Don't miss the madness in March during Truck Month at Tincher Williams in London. Save over $12,000 on a brand new 2018 GMC Sierra